Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to XPS Tech. I'm Vineet and Deepin is back again with another new release. Deepin follows a very strict release schedule with new point releases every 3 months. The Chinese maker of the distro has really upped the game of development of Linux distro with one after the other great releases this year. With the last release, Deepin clarified its version numbering system. Moving forward, the odd point releases will focus on overall optimization and stability of the distro, whereas the even number release will focus on desktop looks. The main number, which is the number before the decimal, represents the year of development of the OS. Hence, with 15.8, we expect changes to the desktop looks and overall beautification of the user interface, which by the way is already one of the best in the business. So in today's video, we'll check out Deepin OS 15.8, which was released few weeks back, and find out changes introduced in this latest release. Alright, starting with the size of installation image, which is now up to 200 MB lighter from the previous 2.3 GB in case of Deepin 15.7 to now 2.1 GB of Deepin 15.8. But it still remains higher than many other popular Linux distros like Ubuntu, Fedora, Mint or Elementary. Now the installation process remains the same, except for the new full disk encryption option which is added to the installation. Now this option encrypts your entire disk and ensure your data is safe and secure, which is a good option considering the present security scenario. Alright, next is the new boot screen. Now this is something that unfortunately gets the least attention, and after a long time there is a new boot menu screen with new background and a box at the center with boot options. The overall design brings freshness to the otherwise boring boot menu screen. Alright, next is the login screen. There's a very subtle change here. The little sweeping animation in the password box when you log in, which was introduced with Deepin 15.7, is now gone. Also, there's a considerable reduction in the loading time of the desktop, which is great. Alright, so this is the desktop of Deepin 15.8. The immediate visual change that you notice after you get to the desktop is the new dock. Now here in fashion mode, which is the default mode of dock, a new hide show button is added to show or hide dock tray that contains settings to volume, network and power. This is done to save some dock space. Now due to this feature, the right click menu also has been slightly updated. Now there's no power and network options displayed under plugins when you right click on dock. And that's understandable as these icons are now under the collapse dock area. Also, when you turn the dock in efficient mode, there's a new show desktop bar at the rightmost corner of the dock, similar to Windows operating system. Now this replaces the previous show desktop icon which was on the dock. Alright, moving on, the file manager gets a new shortcut called recent files. Now this new shortcut is displayed at the top of the left sidebar as the first shortcut and shows the recently opened files. Next is the control center, which houses all the desktop settings for Deepin OS. Just like the control panel in Windows, this time Control Center got few notable changes. First, the home screen layout has been changed to this new tiled icons for each setting category, similar to Windows Live tiles, except these are not live. There have been addition and deletion of few settings from here, like the weather page, system widgets and bottom tools are now gone. And a new auto brightness feature is added in the display module that adjusts screen brightness based on the ambient light. Also with this release, Deepin has introduced a new dark mode that you can activate from the control center, personalization and themes menu. Now this switches many apps like Chrome browser, Thunderbird mail client, archive manager, etc. to dark mode. This also makes the desktop icons slightly darker in color. But interestingly, some applications like File Manager or Deepin Music do not switch to dark mode from here. There's a separate dedicated option to activate dark theme for these apps in their respective settings menu. And you need to turn it on individually for each app, which in my opinion is little confusing. I think they should make the dark mode universal, just one button to switch the entire desktop to a dark theme, just like in case of macOS Mojave. But the biggest change for me has been the addition of this new transparency selector. Now you can adjust the amount of transparency you want for your desktop by moving this slider. Now this is something that I talked about in one of my previous videos, which was on KDE's new desktop. I'm glad that Deepin has finally included this feature in this release. Alright, so that was all for today. These were some of the new features that I wanted to share with you. Deepin is hands down one of the best Linux distro for desktop that you can try today. It has been giving a real tough competition to all other major Linux distribution with great releases this year. The distro is one of the best contender for the top 5 best Linux distro of 2018, and I hope to see much more from this distro in 2019. Alright, so that was all. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, kindly press the like button. If you have any comment, suggestion or feedback, kindly type that in the comment box. And if you want to see more Linux related videos, kindly subscribe to my channel XPS Tech. A huge shout out to all the subscribers of XPS Tech channel. Alright, so thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.